How's it going, YouTube? This is Skull, and it has been a few years since I have shown off my Pokemon home video collection, and today, I'm going to do that all over again. Don't let this shot fool you. I have a lot of layers of home video stuff behind this, and you can see from the video links just how many things I might have. So I am going to start by just showing off my VHS collection. It seems appropriate because Pokemon began with VHS, and I love collecting them. So I have all of these old school Season 1 VHS tapes here with, you know, these shots of Pikachu in various poses along the spine. Each of these VHS tapes contains 3 episodes. This is the very first one, which contains episodes 1, 2, and 3, Pokemon I Choose You, Pokemon Emergency, and Ash Catches a Pokemon. I have this dream of eventually owning every single Season 1 VHS tape. And as you can see, I already own a nice little portion of them. I think I'm up to about a quarter of all of them that have released. I have a lot of nostalgia for seeing these VHS tapes. For a lot of these episodes, this is how I watched them over and over growing up. We never owned the tapes, but we borrowed them from the library, or I saw them at a friend's house. And I just love this art on the front of these tapes. It's so nostalgic to me. This is when Generation 1 peaked, everybody. So I'm just going to go ahead and show off all of these covers as I get to them. So look at this. Oh man, this is such an iconic cover of Ash versus Lieutenant Surge, battle for his badge. Of course, like I said, I am missing plenty of tapes. It is going to be a long process to try and get all of them, but it's something that I'm going to be working on slowly but surely. This tape in particular, for some reason, is the one that stands out the most in my mind. Wow, it's a lot more water damage than I remember. This, I just remember seeing this exact tape for sale at places like Blockbuster or Barnes & Noble or you know, video stores where, you know, they would have all these tapes available for sale, and they would put out the cover that they thought was most likely to sell. And yeah. Man, so many memories with these tapes. This is part of why I love collecting these. And if anyone's wondering, no, I don't watch these. Why would I risk damaging the tape in an old VCR? But man, they look great on a shelf. So at some point they stopped releasing these red tapes with Pikachu on the spine, and they started releasing these yellow tapes instead. Still Season 1 technically, but now the boxes are yellow. They've got a random Pokemon silhouette there instead of Pikachu. Really, Holiday Hijinks and Snow Way Out are on this? Wow, those never even got a release on the complete series DVD. Interesting. Here we go, the final badge, and the final tape I have in a sleeve, Into the Arena. Almost the end of Season 1, not quite. Amazingly, I actually also have a loose tape of Into the Arena as well. I can't remember how I actually got this, but I do have it. And I have a random tape from the Johto season, Snow Rescue. Again, no case. I actually know how I got this, and I'm going to tell you guys later. But anyway, there we go, my Season 1 VHS tapes. Now it's time to move along, right? I don't know where I'm going to put this stuff as I finish it up. Bear with me. So surely what comes next must be the DVDs, right? Wrong. Anyone who knows anything about VHS tapes knows that movies for kids always come in giant clamshells. And I am a proud owner of every single Pokemon movie released in a clamshell. And I'm going to move them out of the way here so that it's easier for me to show them off. There we go. So, of course, Pokemon, the first movie. And yeah, I remember when this released, how big of a deal it was releasing on VHS. It came with an awesome Mewtwo promotional card. This copy I have doesn't have it. In fact, all of the copies of all of these movies I got on eBay years and years after they came out, but years and years ago from now, so yeah, nothing extra. We got Pokemon 2000 on VHS in a very rundown case, but still valid. Pokemon 3 on VHS. Pokemon Forever on VHS. I think this used to be a library copy or something because it has stickers on it. The case is black instead of white. I don't know, but there we go. My favorite Pokemon movie, Pokemon Heroes on VHS. And this actually does come with something extra. We got this little poster for Generation 3. The final Pokemon movie released on VHS, Jirachi Wishmaker. They did release Destiny Deoxys on VHS. this is the final one released in the clamshell, my mistake. But Destiny Deoxys I don't have, and they only released in one of these cardboard sleeves. It's a very rare release, it's hard to find, and honestly, my priority is still Jirachi Wishmaker, because when I got it, it didn't come with the movie. It came with the Johto Journeys Snow Rescue VHS in it instead. So I have the clamshell, but I'm missing the tape. If anyone has one they want to donate to the cause, I would gladly appreciate it, because finding the tape by itself is a chore. A few other things also released on VHS. We got Mewtwo Returns, which is not as good as the first movie. And a few oddities here. I have this demo tape for Pokemon Heroes. I made a whole video about this, but basically this is a tape that was sent to stores to advertise Pokemon Heroes as it was about to release on home video. And stores, if you want to order some tapes, watch this and see if you're interested. This is one of the prizes of my collection. I am never getting rid of that. I also have this Japanese copy of Pokemon Heroes on VHS, and this actually does play just fine on North American players because it's all NTSC, and that's what the tape looks like if you guys are curious. And that is all my VHS tapes, for real this time. So let's move on to DVDs. We have almost every DVD set of every complete series. What am I trying to say here? Hang on. So what you see in front of me are DVD sets that are a complete collection, aka a complete season of any given season. I have almost every single complete season released so far. The only two I am missing are XY Kalos Quest, which as of the time I filmed this video released yesterday, and Pokemon Ultimate Journeys, which released, well, earlier than yesterday, but I don't have it yet. They have released a complete collection for every single season except the final season of Sun and Moon and the first season of Pokemon Journeys. Why Viz decided to not give those a complete season release yet, I don't know. We're also still missing Pokemon X, Y, and Z. That simply does not have a DVD release at all, so yeah, that's probably going to come next. Otherwise, for the first 25 seasons, we have 22 released so far, and I own 20 of them, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and start with season 1. The Indigo League. We got this nice big box here. It comes with a 3 DVD set with Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. I believe this is the first 80 episodes. Also, my wife is over there just standing around waiting for my help. I sprained my ankle earlier this week and she's nursing me. So, hi Teresa.
Hi.
Season 2, Adventures in the Orange Islands, and for some reason this is one of the only ones that I got that didn't come with the slipcover, but no big deal. Season 3, The Johto Journeys. Season 4, Johto League Champions. Season 5, Master Quest. Season 6, Pokemon Advanced. It took me until I was an adult to realize, oh, they mean Advanced because the games were released on Game Boy Advance. Advanced Challenge, Advanced Battle, this was the final season that 4Kids was in charge of dubbing. Battle Frontier, Diamond and Pearl Season 1. Battle Dimension, right around when this was releasing is when I started getting back into the Pokemon anime. Galactic Battles, Sinnoh League Victors, Black and White. Rival Destinies, I feel like they took their sweet time releasing this on home video. It took like over a year and a half since the one before it. Adventures in Unova and Beyond. X and Y, or just XY, whatever they call it. This one's still shrink wrapped just because I haven't been bothered to take it off yet. But I will because I do watch these DVDs whenever I can. Remember, I said that I do not have Kalos Quest, but that has released. X, Y, and Z has not yet released yet, so the next season to show off is this one, Sun and Moon. Followed by this, Sun and Moon Ultra Adventures. And then again, they skipped the final Sun and Moon season and the first season of Pokemon Journeys, so the next DVD release is Pokemon Master Journeys. And then they've also released Pokemon Ultimate Journeys. Again, I do not have that. So there we go. My Pokemon series DVD set. Overall, this is over 1,000 episodes that you see in front of you, which is just kind of nuts. How am I going to move this off screen? Hang on. Oh boy. I might need your help now. And slide! Did that work? Kind of worked. So those were my season DVDs. Now it's time to get into the movie DVDs. So the first few releases from Warner Brothers included this little clip here, and it would fold out like this in order to see the movie inside, which I miss this. This was a thing that Warner Brothers did in the early days of DVDs, and I wish that they had kept that up. I realize that it's, you know, kind of clunky and takes up a little bit of extra room, but man, I love it. Anyway, Pokemon the first movie, Pokemon 2000, Pokemon 3 the movie. And after this, Miramax was in charge of distributing the films, so we get them in its normal plastic cases. Although this copy of Pokemon Forever, you can clearly see, used to be a Hollywood video, and yeah, we even got the sorting number up there. This isn't what it would have looked like stock straight off the store shelf, but yeah, Pokemon Forever, Pokemon Heroes, Jirachi Wishmaker, Destiny Deoxys, Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, and this first release of the film also included a bonus DVD for the Mastermind of Mirage Pokemon to celebrate Pokemon's 10th anniversary.
Fun fact about Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, that was actually my very first ever exposure to Pokemon. I was channel surfing one afternoon, and the last 30 minutes or so of this movie was playing. And I liked it so much that I was like, wow, I'm gonna finish this. And then, you know, it was kind of on the wayside, and then later when I met Skull, then we got back into Pokemon altogether. But yeah, fun fact about that movie, first ever exposure to Pokemon.
Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea, The Rise of Darkrai, Giratina and the Sky Warrior, Arceus and the Jewel of Life, which is her favorite film, and I believe this is the very first time I bought a Pokemon movie on DVD as soon as it was available. Everything before that I just bought on eBay years later. Zoroark, Master of Illusions. This is a 2-movie pack, Pokemon Black and White, Victinian Reshiram and Victinian Zekrom, on 2 different discs, as it should be. Take notes, Lionsgate. Kyurem versus the Sword of Justice, which apparently used to be a library copy. I have no recollection of that. I could have sworn I bought that brand new, but I guess I didn't. Genesect and the Legend Awakened, Diancie and the Cocoon of Destruction, Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, which in my opinion is the worst Pokemon movie.
Even worse than the Deoxys?
Yeah, even worse than that. Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel. And they did continue releasing movies on DVD after this. It's just I only ever got the Blu-ray, so that's the last movie on DVD I have. I do have some other DVDs though. For example, I have this DVD of Mewtwo Returns, which, by the way, is the only way to own an English copy of the original 10 minutes of Pokemon the first movie. If you get the movie in Japanese, there's an English language option and you can watch it just fine, but if you just want to own English copies of Pokemon, then this is the only way to watch those deleted 10 minutes. That's the main reason I still keep all my DVDs. There's all these special features and things that have been changed since then that you just don't get access to these days. Like, for example, Pokemon the first movie, part of that includes Pikachu's Vacation, but Pikachu's Vacation hasn't gotten a release lately, so I need to keep the DVD so I can keep watching it. I'm going to show off my last few DVDs here. So, these are all in Japanese. These are some of the only Japanese media that I have for Pokemon. So, starting off, I've got this DVD of The Legend of Thunder. This is the one and only time that The Legend of Thunder has ever been released on home video anywhere in the world. It never got a North American release. It never got a retail release in Japan. This is a rental exclusive copy of the film. You see right there on the bottom, rental, R-E-N-T-E-L. It's plastered there right on the disc. So I had to get that because there's no other way to own it, but I also ended up getting a few other things. So I got this DVD copy of Pokemon the first movie in Japanese, this DVD copy of Mewtwo Returns, which I believe in Japanese is called Mewtwo I Am Here, and of course my favorite Pokemon movie I had to get in Japanese on DVD as well, Pokemon Heroes. Man, I love that disc art. Look at that, it's so beautiful. Give me more Latias, Pokemon. That'll do it for my DVDs, and now it's time to move on to my Blu-rays. A much smaller collection, but that's mostly just because they haven't released all that much. They did release this around Pokemon's 20th anniversary, so this is called the complete Season 1 of Pokemon on Blu-ray. However, it's only the first 52 episodes. I can kind of understand why they say that it's the complete first season, because a season is usually 52 episodes, but technically the first season of Pokemon is the first 80. Not 52. It's kind of like on the big box DVD. It's like the first 2 of the 3 DVDs in that set. We got this nice slip cover. The case itself looks like a Pokédex. Then you got your Blu-ray inside. And I'm pretty sure this is just an AI upscale of DVD quality of the film, but man, it actually looks really, really good in HD. I'm so sad they never released another HD season of Pokemon. Well, that's not true, actually. They did release one random season of Pokemon on HD, and that was Sun and Moon Ultra Adventures. They did release a Blu-ray of this. I did not pick it up. They didn't release the one before. They didn't release any after. Sun and Moon Ultra Adventures is the only other season of Pokemon they've ever released on Blu-ray. Who can understand what Viz is thinking over there? Anyway, moving on to the movies in HD. So I got this beautiful steelbook of the first 3 Pokemon movies. This is also interesting because it looks like they actually printed all of this information right there on the back of the steelbook itself. Usually they relegate this to a J card, but nope, it's all there. I also have the steelbook of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl movie collection, so this is movies 10 through 13, including Arceus and Jewel of Life, her favorite film. Once again, it looks like they actually printed all this information on the back of the steelbook. In fact, Dialga's body is wrapping around into the clamp, which is pretty cool. This is the rarest home video piece that I have, possibly besides the demo tape for Pokemon Heroes. This is a 4-movie Blu-ray set released by Miramax. This is all 4 of the Miramax films, not even in order. It's movies 5, 4, 6, and 7 in that order. And it's all on a single disc. They basically put the DVD transfers of the film onto this disc. They're not even in all that better quality than on DVD. This is a super rare disc. And that's the only time that the Miramax films have been released on Blu-ray. Get on this, Lionsgate, what are you doing? Moving on, got the 4-movie black and white collection, Pokemon Black, White, Kyurem vs. Sword of Justice, and Genesect and the Legend Awakened. They were smart enough to actually split the movies across 2 discs this time, and since it's a Blu-ray, it can hold way more data. It's acceptable. They also released a 3-movie collection for Pokemon XY. This is a fairly recent release, actually, so we got Diancie, Hoopa, and Volcanion. The more attentive among you might have noticed that we're still missing a few films. We're still missing Lucario, the Mystery of Mew, and Pokemon Ranger, Temple of the Sea. Well, that's because they have yet to release those films on Blu-ray. The only way to watch them in HD is to buy them digitally, which is stupid. Come on. We're essentially missing movies 4 through 9 in good HD transfers on home media. I don't know what they're thinking over there. I will happily pay whatever they ask in order to get these films with proper HD transfer in English. Now it's time to show off some new movies that we haven't seen yet. The very first Blu-ray they ever released of a brand new Pokemon movie wasn't until 2018 when they finally released Pokemon I Choose You on Blu-ray, and I have no complaints about this. It's my second favorite film. Followed immediately by Pokemon The Power of Us 1 year later. I'm very proud to say that I saw both of those films in theaters. And then Netflix decided, no theater. You know, you guys should be happy that we even gave you a home video release of our films. Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, it's a remake of Pokemon the first movie, but in CGI. The final movie ever made was Pokemon Secrets of the Jungle. I don't know if they're ever going to release another Pokemon movie again, and that kind of makes me sad because I feel like they were just starting to get good at it all over again, but oh well. I'm just thankful Netflix decided to give us the privilege of owning a Pokemon movie or 2 on home media. This last Blu-ray over here is a Japanese copy of Pokemon I Choose You. I mostly just got this just to figure out the process of importing Blu-rays from Japan. Figured out it's not fun. But I actually really love watching this version of the film. I know a lot of people say the English version sucks. I like the English version, but it's kind of fun to compare the English and the Japanese version. I have a few more things that I still need to show you, including this. This is another one of those super rare things that I have in my collection. This is a 13-movie combo pack of the first 13 Pokemon movies released on Blu-ray in Japan. This is the one and only time that any of these films have been released on Blu-ray in Japan, and they did it in this big, expensive combo pack. I believe they released this in 2010 or 2011. So it's been a few years. These were only ever collector's items, very expensive collector's items, so they're very hard to get these days, and I'm glad I did. The first 3 movies actually have English as an audio option, so if you want to watch the complete first movie, this is a way of doing it. With the cut 10 minutes at the beginning. Also has a superior transfer of the Miramax films. Pokemon Heroes in HD looks amazing, and this is the only time that HD versions of Lucario and Pokemon Ranger have ever been released on home media. This is a must-have for anyone who actually cares about seeing Pokemon movies in the best definition possible. And I'm going to go ahead and show off the next one as well, just to show everything. So, yeah, it's just such a nice package. This is probably the biggest thing that I've added to my collection since the last time I made one of these videos. And the best part, it even includes all of the Pikachu shorts. In HD, I will add. And also, whoever I bought this from included an extra copy of Hoopa on Blu-ray. I don't know why. This is not a cheap product to get. I did not pay an insignificant amount of money to get it, but I am happy to have it, and I make use of this all the time. When I made my Pokemon the First Movie fan dub, I actually ripped the Blu-ray for Pokemon the First Movie and used that as the basis. Just a few more odds and ends to cover here. Yeah, we're still not done. You might notice that there was, in fact, one rather big movie that I left out and that I haven't covered yet. And, of course, that was Detective Pikachu, and I'm saving that for last just because, yeah, I have this 4K Blu-ray of the film, which also includes a regular Blu-ray and a digital code, and it includes this cute little Detective Pikachu card exclusively with it. This is the one and only 4K of Pokemon ever released so far. If anything else ever releases in 4K, I will gladly buy it. This one was just easy. Like, on release day, I went to the store and got it. So I own a complete 4K collection, but I also own a complete 3D Blu-ray collection, yeah. Exclusively through Best Buy, Detective Pikachu got a 3D Blu-ray release, and I actually own a 3D TV, so I can take advantage of this. Fun fact, when we went to see Detective Pikachu on release night, they put us in the wrong theater and accidentally showed us the 3D screening completely for the price of a regular ticket. And at the time, I thought that was going to be the only time I would ever see the film in 3D, but now I own the 3D Blu-ray and I can watch it in 3D whenever I want. Look at that Pikachu card, it's so adorable. It comes with a 3D Blu-ray, a DVD of the film, and a regular Blu-ray as well. Kind of redundant with the 4K, but you know, I like having this. So yeah, a complete 4K collection and a complete 3D collection. Surely that's it, right? Wrong. And this is where I actually need your help, I think. Oh boy. There we go. This is why she's here, folks. Is this in frame? Yeah, that's in frame. Let's go. Actually, yeah, just hold that. Can you hold that? All right. Behold, my 100% complete Pokemon Laserdisc collection. That's it. This one copy is it. They never released anything on Laserdisc besides this, and they only released this in Japan. I made a whole video about this as well, but yeah, this is Pokemon the First Movie on Laserdisc, and this is the one and only way to watch the original unaltered film, is this Laserdisc right here. They redid a bit of the animation, they added on a few extra minutes of film, but they did it after they released this film on Laserdisc. It's like a giant CD. Man, am I happy to own this thing. And I have a Laserdisc player, so I can actually watch this whenever I want. This particular Laserdisc is actually very prone to disc rot, but thankfully for me, I haven't had that yet. This is pristine. It honestly looks like DVD quality on my TV. I am very, very happy to have this. So there we go. That is my updated Pokemon home video collection. It's huge. I got a lot of stuff, and no, I don't watch most of it all the time, but hey, I'm happy to have it anyway. I want to know what you guys collect for Pokemon home video. What do you have? What do you want? When will Miramax ever release an HD copy of their movies? I'm looking forward to getting more of these old Season 1 VHS tapes. I'm looking forward to getting a few more of the complete seasons that I don't have yet. And maybe one day I'll even get that Jirachi Wishmaker tape to fill in the empty clamshell. That does it for this video. Thanks everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more.